Hi, I'm Allred. Welcome to Inspired by Pinterest, where I surf around Pinterest looking at different boards and ideas of pins that you've put on there or created and bring them to life each week. And I am super excited about today's episode because I have a special guest with me today. This is my daughter, Emma. She's actually the reason we're doing this show and the inspiration behind it. So I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about why we decided to do this show.
Well, one day I was on Pinterest and I saw a plastic flower spoon thing, and it said that you just need a candle, and so I decided why not try it. So I went in my bedroom and I lit a candle and I just found some plastic spoons and I was just melting them together, and it worked out pretty good.
Until she got in trouble because I could smell burning plastic and I didn't know what it was, right?
Yeah.
I came bursting into her room trying to figure out what she was doing, and by the way, she used up all of our plastic spoons, but that's okay. But it turned out pretty amazing. She showed some friends of ours and they wanted to know how she did it, so we thought it would be fun to do this episode, and that's why we're here today. So she's going to help me show you how to do it. But first, let's go to my pin board. You're going to want to go to my pin board called Teen Scene, because I thought this was really a fun idea to throw into a teen kind of category. And I'm going to show you some different tutorials that I actually learned how to do this from. The first one is actually from Can't Stop Making Things blog, which I think is a great title for a blog, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we just can't resist the urge. You see something really cool and you have to go and create it. And my personal favorite was this beautiful one from Cut It Out and Keep It. And they actually created a necklace from one of these. And I couldn't figure out what it was. But as you can see, Emma's wearing this beautiful black flower. It was created with black spoons on a necklace. We cheated a little bit. It actually has a pin on the back so that it gives it that extra support, because they're a little bit heavier than your typical flower, right?
Yes.
Feels a little awkward, but it looks gorgeous. And then my personal favorite blog that I found out there, or reference to this type of crafting, was on Fave Crafts. And Maureen Wilson actually created these beautiful different colored ones. And that's where I went, oh, white, boring plastic spoons. Oh, colored, we could have a lot of fun. And I made the mistake of going to a party supply the next day, and I got a little carried away and picked up different colored spoons in a variety of sizes. I have everything from clear to white. I'm really sad we didn't get silver. Don't you think silver would have been awesome?
Yes.
Silver and gold. We're going to go back for sure. So let's get started. I'm going to tell you a little what you're going to need to do this project. Of course, plastic spoons. Second, a candle, a heat source. And we've also tried the 3-flame candle. It works great. You obviously have to kind of experiment to see what works great for you. You're going to want a pair of multi-purpose scissors. These are some kitchen cutters that I actually have had for years. I think they're from Pampered Chef. These cut through metal and plastic. They're great. And tweezers come in real handy, don't you think?
Yes.
Those are your personal favorite. And some kind of heat-resistant surface, like a plate, works great. So we have our candle on a plate, but we actually use this to mold the bottoms of the flowers. So I'm going to show them how to get started, and then you can show them how to do a petal. How's that?
Okay.
So we're going to just take these I actually picked up at the dollar store. You can definitely tell a difference in the quality of spoons. So a thicker spoon is going to take a little bit longer as opposed to a less expensive spoon, and we learned that kind of the hard way. We did a lot of trial and error. So you're just going to want to hold this over the heat. I like the scoop side down, and it kind of curls into itself. You'll notice it start to curl, and you can touch it slightly and kind of mold it while that's happening. We kind of want that center piece to kind of curl in on itself. So you've got this really pretty center, and every single one's different, right?
Yes.
No matter how much we've tried this, they've all turned out different. So Emma, why don't you show them how to make a petal for our flower?
Okay. I usually hold it like this and just do it till I like how it looks. Keep in mind it is hot, so...
It does burn.
Yes.
We've learned that the hard way, right? One thing I think that I've realized over the years is I don't have fingerprints. And she's learning that as a young crafter, too. The other thing, too, is you have to be careful. If you put it too close to the flame, it actually does catch on fire, right?
Yes.
One of our favorite tips is that when it does catch on fire, just touch it to your heat-resistant surface and it puts the fire right out. And obviously you're trying to create a flower without that charred look to it. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay.
And then she's going to show you how to take that petal off. We don't want it attached to the stem anymore, do we?
No. So you hold it until it starts to bend under the flame, and then you get your scissors and you cut it careful because sometimes it flies across the room.
Yeah,
It really
we were
does.
chasing petals. So we have our really awesome petals. Now after a couple of seconds, they're not hot anymore. So I've started a flower here where I've done the center and added some petals to the outside. I'm going to show you how to attach more petals. Now I did try it with a glue gun last night and that didn't work out so well.
No.
It was messy and I couldn't get the plastic. It took a long time to hold the pieces together. I am more of an instant kind of crafter. I've mentioned that before on other episodes. I like it to be quick. And sometimes that means we burn our fingers. So I wouldn't suggest doing this with younger than your teenagers, right? Or your sons. My 16-year-old thought it was awesome to start melting all kinds of things he could find. So once you get that end of that flower a little bit pliable by getting it warm, you're going to just want to press it to the flower so that it stays in position. Now, sometimes it's not super strong, so we cheat a little and we get a little bit warm again. And you'll notice the bottom of my flower is charred, but that's okay because we're not going to see the bottoms, right? So after I get that a little hot, I press it down to the plate. And then you just keep doing that until you build your flower. Oops, see, that caught on fire. But we're okay with that. It's kind of like roasting marshmallows. Oops. It is a delicate process. I was just telling my husband, be careful or you'll knock that on the floor and it will break. And just as I said that, he knocked off one of my flowers onto the floor. So let me show you a couple of examples of what we've done. Let's show them your cool blue flower. Now this one she left the stem on and built around the stem. So let's turn it this direction so they can see. And she just kind of put the
Just
petals.
build around it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I loved how built up, and I thought that would look really cool in a vase, don't you think?
Yeah.
I think, are you going to give it to a friend or keep it?
Keep it.
Our personal favorite is this clear spoon one. I don't know how that'll turn out on camera, but I loved how clear it looks like a glass flower. I thought that was pretty awesome. And if you're really careful, you can do it. I think this one I didn't get too much charring just on the bottom so that you still have that beautiful clear look. This is my personal favorite. It was actually the first one I did. Isn't that funny how when you're doing a craft, the first one always seems to turn out great? And I actually took the knives out of the set of spoons, and these are the long petals you see here, and curled those. And this is awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Probably wouldn't it look cool on the edge of a frame or just sitting on a shelf? Now, a lot of people are probably questioning if you can spray paint them. This one actually, I don't even remember what color it was. I think it was white. And it had a lot of charge, burnt. So I actually just ran out in the garage and coated it with a quick spray paint coat of yellow. I think one more coat would cover up that charring on the ends of those flowers. And you could do, just buy the cheap white plastic spoons and color them whatever you want if you have the spray paint. And then another technique, we just took on the backs of the flowers, you could go ahead and add a piece of felt and those pin backs that you can pick up at the craft store to create a pin. I thought, how cool would it be for Mother's Day?
Yes.
For Mother's Day. You can make one for me
Okay.
that I could wear. So I just thought that was so much fun, and I really appreciate Emma coming and being the inspiration behind this. And I think it's awesome that even our teenagers are enjoying the benefits of Pinterest. So thanks, Emma, for joining me.
Yep.
And next week, join me as we talk about some tips and tricks on how to recycle some things laying around your house.